I had run the same webinar 47 times. By session 48, I had closed out 2 out of 190 people. The content hadn't changed. I had, because nobody can run the same show 48 times and still make it feel like the first time. So I changed one thing. I didn't touch a word of my pitch, and my close rate jumped 34%. So what did I change? I switched to a hybrid webinar. And I know what you're picturing, a recording with a live chat just slapped on the side, a host half paying attention while a video does all the work. That's what most people call a hybrid, and that version converts worse than just going live. But what I'm actually talking about is almost the opposite. So by the end of this video, you'll know which parts to automate in a hybrid webinar, which parts to keep live, and the order that makes it feel seamless. Get it wrong and it feels robotic. Get it right and it outperforms a live webinar that you'd run on your best day. Welcome, I'm Elias. At ProProps Training Academy, we've worked with over 30,000 businesses, and over the past decade, the hybrid format has been the single biggest lever we've found. Let me tell you what nobody in the webinar space wants to admit. Running fully live webinars at scale is not a business. It's a treadmill. Every session is a live performance. Your energy on a Tuesday morning after a bad night's sleep isn't the same as your energy on a Friday afternoon when you just closed a big deal. And your audience feels every bit of that difference, even if they can't precisely name it. And trust is really the only thing that converts a stranger into a buyer. You can't fake that energy consistently, not at scale, not forever. So you try automated webinars. You record once, you set it to run on a schedule, and you step back. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Attendees are not stupid. They know when nobody is home. The chat is dead or obviously fake. The questions have canned responses with a 3-minute delay. The polls go nowhere. And the moment someone realizes that they're watching a recording disguised as a live event, the trust is gone. So one format burns you out and the other gets you caught. The format that actually fixes both of this at once does something that neither of them can. Here it is. A hybrid webinar is a session where you pre-recorded presentation plays for your attendees, and they're polished, they're perfect, exactly the way you delivered it on your best day. Simultaneously, you are present live in the session, running the chat, answering real questions in real time, launching polls, dropping offers, and welcoming people by name as they walk in. The pre-recorded layer solves the performance problem. The version of you playing right now is well-rested, well-prepared, and nails every transition. And then the live layer solves the trust problem. You're actually there. When someone types a question, a real human being reads it and responds. When the energy in the chat spikes, you feel it and you match it. The event has a real heartbeat because you are the heartbeat. Now let's build one of these step-by-step using the WebinarNinja online webinar tool. Step 1, record your presentation like it's a permanent asset. Before you touch any platform, you need a presentation video, and I want you to really rethink what you're making here. This isn't a rough draft, this isn't a practice run, this is a permanent asset, a version of you that will represent your brands to potentially thousands of people over the next few months. Treat it that way. Think of it as hiring yourself. The recorded version never has a bad day, never gets tired, never rushes the close because it's session 4 and you want to go home. You record this one at your best, and you never have to re-interview for the job. This is the interview. Some modern webinar platforms like WebinarNinja have AI features that let you drop in your topic and instantly generate headline options and a script outline built to convert, so you're not staring at a blank page trying to figure out what to say first. All right, step 2, create your hybrid webinar session and understand why the setup matters. Here's a mistake most people make. They try to run hybrid sessions through an automated workflow, and then they wonder why their presence feels disconnected from the room. Run it through a live session container. This is where your interaction layer lives, your chat, your controls, your ability to actually show up. In WebinarNinja, you can create a new live webinar event. You can set your title, description, schedule, and registration details. Then upload your pre-recorded presentation video directly into the session. It locks in, it's ready to play the instant you go live, and from that moment forward, that video runs the same way every single time while you run everything around it. Step 3, build a registration page that sells the live experience. Your registration page has one job before the webinar starts: get qualified people to show up. And 2 things matter most here. First, your headline needs to really communicate this specific, tangible outcome, not just a generic topic. So don't use statements like, join our webinar about email marketing. Use something like, how to double your webinar show-up rate in 30 days without changing your content. Specific result, specific time frame, specific mechanism. The more concrete the promise, the lower the friction to actually register in the first place. All right, second, explicitly mention the live Q&A in your description. Something as simple as, join me live to get your specific questions answered in real time. People register for content, but they show up for access. All right, step 4, Build your engagement layer. This is where conversion lives. Before you ever go live, you need to map your entire interactive layer to the arc of your video. Draft your polls and time them to the exact moments in your presentation where they'll land the hardest. Cue your offers for the peak engagement windows when attention is highest, and again, right as the video ends. Prepare your handouts, your resource links, your bonuses, and everything, and then know exactly which timestamp triggers each one. Many webinar platforms now have an AI feature that reviews your pitch before you go live and tells you exactly what to fix, where your argument loses momentum, where a transition feels abrupt, where an offer might land too early. One small fix before you go live is worth 10 adjustments after the fact. Next, step 5, go live. Your job is to be the most engaged person in the room. It's session time. You open the studio, you start the broadcast, and your video begins playing automatically for every attendee in the room. And here's the mindset that shifts everything for the better. You're not the presenter here. The video is the presenter. You are the host. Welcome people by name the second they walk in. Match the energy of the chat. When it spikes, you spike. When it goes quiet, you prompt. Launch your polls on schedule. Drop your offers conversationally, not as a sales interruption, but as a natural continuation of what just played in the video. Step 6, stay live after the video ends. This is where the money is. When your video finishes, don't just directly end the session, stay live. Here's what just happened in that room. Your attendees have processed the full presentation, the concept is clear, the value is established, and now they have 1 or 2 very specific, very pointed questions for you. A direct human answer to the one thing blocking them is what really closes that gap. One real answer in real time from a real person who clearly knows what they're talking about. So stay live as long as the room is engaged. Keep the Q&A open, answer everything you can. If someone asks something that reveals that they're on the fence, answer them as if the sale depends on it, because it does. This window right here is the most valuable 15 minutes of your entire funnel. Do not skip that. Step number 7, end the broadcast, and then let the data tell you what to do next. So once the room has cleared, you can finally end the broadcast. Your replay processes immediately, and your analytics are waiting for you. Here is how to actually read them. Your drop-off curve tells you where your presentation loses people. So a sharp drop in the first 5 minutes is a hook problem. A gradual fade through the middle is a pacing problem. A cliff right before your offer is a transition problem. Find the drop, find the cause, and fix the one thing before your next session, at least 1, maybe 2 things that you can find. Your poll responses rates really tells you how engaged the room actually was versus how engaged it felt. So if turnout is high but poll responses are low, your timing is off. You're launching polls at these low attention moments. Move them earlier or towards those higher attention moments. Your live Q&A questions are the most valuable data point of all because those are the real objections, the real confusions, and the real gaps between what your presentation explained and what your audience actually understood. Every question that came up in the live session is a piece of your next video, or your email sequence or webinar topic, or something that you want to touch on. So write them down, every single one, and fix those as you go. And here's something pretty interesting. The better webinar platforms like WebinarNinja have AI features to generate a fully searchable transcript the moment you close the broadcast. So every question asked, every objection raised, every moment the chat lit up, all captured and organized and searchable instantly. You don't have to rely on memory or scribbled notes or something like that. And some actually go a step further with an AI feature that takes everything said in your session and turns it into a draft blog post or a follow-up email sequence, social content, all ready before you've even had your coffee. Your webinar doesn't end when the broadcast does. You have plenty of work to do. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't this a little bit misleading? Won't attendees feel kind of tricked when they realize that presentation was actually pre-recorded? No, and here's actually why. You're not pretending to present live. You are live. You're genuinely, fully, actually live in the session. The chat is real. The Q&A is real. The polls are real. The person welcoming them by name is real, and they can tell that. And you don't hide the scenes. You own it. You talk to the room over the video. You reference what's playing on screen. You answer questions about it as it runs, and you let them feel that you're really there, sitting right there with them. Hybrid webinars are the most effective format in online events right now, not because they're a clever trick or anything, but because they solve the real problem at both ends. The performance problem and the trust problem, both at the same time with the same format, can be solved at the same time. If you want to build your first one, WebinarNinja, the delightfully easy all-in-one AI webinar platform, is built specifically for this. It runs the hybrid webinar and the analytics in the same place, so you don't have to juggle 4 different tools while trying to host. Upload your video into a live session, run polls, Q&A, offers, and chat from a single studio, and your replay and analytics are ready the moment you close the broadcast. The free trial link is in the description. You can have your first hybrid webinar live within the hour. Now, before you go, tell me in the comments, before you saw this video, had you heard of hybrid webinars? Drop a yes or no in the comments, and we'll show you where hybrid webinars fit into your strategy. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. See you in the next one.